Hi, I'm Chad, and I'm going to tell you about myself through our 8 questions that we have here. My the first one I would talk about is my early memories. Some of my early memories are playing with my brother. Because I was the third boy in our family, I would often follow my two brothers around, especially my brother who was just a little bit older than me. His name was Phil, and I remember riding our scooters together. I remember trying to build different things, including different campsites or different things in the field behind our house. We would make all sorts of things, and he would tell me all sorts of stories because he was older than me. In school, I didn't have my brothers around because, of course, they were older than me. So I remember in kindergarten, we would build all sorts of different things out of these big cardboard blocks. And that was one of the choices we had during our playtime during kindergarten was to build with these big blocks. And I remember building things that were taller than me, and that was really fun. I also remember being in the fourth grade play, and I had one of the big parts in the play, and that was exciting because I had never done anything like that before. A challenge that I overcame was when I was first married. My wife at the time and I went off to Congo, a country in Africa, and we were going to be just there for 3 months to help teach some pastors English because they had a lot of books, but they were all written in English, and the pastors didn't speak English. They spoke French and Swahili. So while we were there, war broke out. It was a scary time because there was gunfire in the air. There was all sorts of different rumors going around. We weren't allowed to leave our house. And once in a while, soldiers would come to our house with guns. It was a scary time. Eventually, we were able to leave. But we had to fly out in a crazy way. We had to fly across the country and then spent several days traveling to get back to where we lived back in Michigan. My advice to children today would be to always try new things. You never know what is going to lead to disaster and things that you don't like when we had war, or things that lead to wonderful things. I've learned new hobbies, new things to build, new things to do, met new people, and so always try new things. Some of the smells that really bring back memories for me are things like at school. Once in a while, when I'm coming to school, I can smell whatever is happening at the grain factory across the street from our school, and it reminds me of the smell of ugali, which was the food that we ate both in Congo and then later when I did go back to Africa to teach in Tanzania. When I did come back and taught in a country called Tanzania, we ate a food called ugali, which was made from a corn flour, and I grew to really like it. And the smell that comes from that factory reminds me of that. A nickname that I had for growing up was kind of a strange one. It comes from my oldest brother. His name was Dwayne, and he was once on a TV show, a show called Bozo the Clown, and Bozo the Clown made fun of his name because Dwayne sounds like drain, and Bozo said, "Dwayne the tub, I'm drowning." Like he's drowning in the tub, so you better pull the drain so the water goes down. Well, my middle brother, the brother who's a little bit older than me, is named Phil. And so Dwayne the tub, and then we had Phil the tub, but Chad the tub doesn't make any sense. And so instead, my brothers called me Scrub. One place that I'm really happy is just really in my backyard with my family. We've planted a ton of gardens and plants, and now there are butterflies and bees and all sorts of things that love to come into our backyard and just hang out. We've raised butterflies, which was new for me a couple years ago, and so it's just a lot of fun just sitting in my backyard, looking at the wildlife, the squirrels, the birds, the bees, the butterflies, all of the animals that come to my backyard. Something I wish I kept, or something that, yeah, I don't keep a lot of things, and that's really not something I really even wish that I kept a lot. I like to have not very many things. But I guess if I had to say something, it would be some of the Legos that I had growing up. I love to build with Legos, and partly because my kids, when they were little, we moved around a lot, going from Michigan to Africa, back to Michigan, back to Africa, lots of times that we didn't keep any of my old toys or things that I could pass down to my kids. So something from my childhood that I would have liked to give to my kids would be my old Legos.